the secret techniques of Neville Goddard to draw much money in your life. Welcome to Spirita Vivo. You often hear in the spiritual world that you can manifest your desires and also money. But are there tricks or methods how I can really attract more money into my life? What do I have to do concretely?
We want it. We need it. We think of happiness and prosperity, or at least a secure life in that context. But some don't like it, perhaps because they associate it with negative things. But we all need it because our life, indeed our existence, depends on it. For most of us at least. But more or less, it occupies us every day. We can achieve wealth and prosperity with it. We are talking about money. In today's podcast, let's talk about money and how to visualize drawing more of it into your life. We've already talked about this in a previous podcast. Today, we want to look specifically at what Neville Goddard said about it and what to do practically. Are there certain money manifestation strategies that Neville Goddard has recommended? Yes, there are techniques that most people, and often even experts, don't know about this. More on that in a moment. Today, let's talk about what a German poet's gray theory is about, why a miser attracts more money, how our sensory perceptions help with money manifestation, and why a large amount of money is already in your account in a spiritual sense. You just need to withdraw the money. This can happen. Also, let's discuss the scent of money and why it can be worthwhile to expect money to come to you in unusual ways. That and more is what today will be about. Let's get started. All theory is gray. The German writer Johann Wolfgang von Goethe once said more than 200 years ago, meaning that a theory must prove itself in practice. Let's come to Neville Goddard, who lived from 1905 to 1972. Who was a successful spiritual teacher and author who wrote about the power of consciousness and the manifestation of desires. Goddard, by the way, is also known for his interpretation of the Bible and his emphasis on the power of consciousness. In his writings, he often spoke about the manifestation of money. Neville Goddard provided his students with numerous practical methods for manifesting money. His teachings often used metaphorical language and imagery to illustrate complex concepts. Several times in his books and speeches, Neville Goddard discussed the human sense of smell and its money application, and smelled in general as an aid to manifestation. Goddard claimed that if you want to manifest money, you must frequently smell the odor of money. Well, let me explain. As we all know, we have 5 senses. One of those senses is the sense of smell. Neville Goddard, in one of his lectures, suggested smelling money as a way to manifest money. He referred to an old saying for clarification that says a purse smells more to a miser than all the flowers in the world. What does this saying clarify for us? A miser who loves money and focuses on increasing it will perceive the smell of money and associate positive thoughts and emotions with it. That helps to align the consciousness with the goal and create a positive attitude and energy that helps manifest money. Of course, we don't want to become cheapskates, yet this mindset puts us on the right track, as we will see below in a moment. Another sense available to us, the sense of touch, allows us to feel objects by touching them. That allows us to gather information about the physical properties of an object through touch, such as its texture, temperature, weight, shape, and size. Then there is the sense of taste, which gives us information about the chemical properties of foods and liquids, such as their taste, sweetness, acidity, or bitterness. These senses help us perceive and understand reality by providing information about the physical world. They help us to be aware of the existence of something, even if it is invisible and ultimately about our existence. Our ability to hear and distinguish between different sounds is made possible by our sense of hearing, such as different tones, music, speech, and sounds from our environment. Finally, vision, which gives us an understanding of what things look like, such as colors, shapes, movement, and size, and our ability to smell gives us information about the scents in our environment and helps us distinguish scents and flavors. By combining our different senses, we can comprehensively understand our surroundings and the world around us. For example, we can have a complete experience by hearing music and seeing musicians on stage. Or we can fully understand the taste of food by smelling and looking at it before we actually taste it. Would a blind person be aware of the existence of a particular thing? Possible but difficult. When it comes to manifesting something through imagination or visualization, awareness or consciousness is crucial. Can you imagine a certain thing without being aware of its appearance, color, size, sound, or taste? Probably not. You could not imagine it perfectly if you had no idea of its appearance, color, size, sound, or taste, which is why our senses help us imagine our desires. What if the amount of money was already in your life, and all you had to do was withdraw it from your bank account? The law of acceptance. When it comes to manifesting money, the good idea is to visualize it as a first step, according to Neville Goddard's law of assumption. If you haven't heard of the law of assumption, here's a brief explanation. According to Neville Goddard and other scholars, there is a universal law of assumption that states that everything we desire in our lives already exists and is just waiting for us to accept it. It means that we must act in thoughts, feelings, and actions as if we already have what we desire to manifest in our reality. Regarding money, we must behave in thoughts and feelings as if we already have the money we desire. We should put ourselves in our imaginations as much as if we already have the money, as if it were already in our pocket or bank account. It can mean allowing ourselves to feel rich and successful and focusing on how that feels. By assuming that we already have the money we desire, we attract it into our lives as our thoughts and emotions act as a magnet to the money and draw it to us. However, when we focus our thoughts and emotions on lack and scarcity, we attract that condition into our lives and do not manifest what we desire. We'll shed light on further strengthening this imagination in a moment. Do you want a new home? Consider the following scenario. Suppose you want to manifest a new home and are thinking about using visualization for it. Methods of execution. How would you visualize it if you had no idea of its size or appearance? Do you have a clear idea of what your dream home will look like? How many rooms should your dream house have? What color and location do you want your dream home to be? If you are clear about every major aspect of the home you want, you can envision it clearly, and chances are you will manifest it. On the other hand, if you don't have a clear idea of what kind of home you want, you probably can't envision it. Why you should smell the banknote beginning today sounds crazy. Neville Goddard is not the only one who recommends smelling money. Many other experts and teachers of manifesting and positive psychology agree that smelling your money or seeing it more often imprints a clear image of it on your subconscious. Use your imagination. Money has a distinct smell, and those who have smelled it know it. What do you smell if I hold a banknote in front of your nose and you close your eyes? It is money, and you can smell it. Blindfold yourself and smell a dozen different bills and take a 5 or 10 banknote, whether it's dollars, euros, or in your local currency. And the moment it reaches your nose, you will know it is money because something is different. Even scientists say that money has a unique smell, like a dactyloscopy imprint of your thumb. One scientific study suggests that we can distinguish between 10,000 smells. We, humans, have a stronger sense of smell than we realize. So what does money smell like? Every type of banknote, be it dollar, euro, or any other currency, has its smell, which comes from the materials used, such as cotton or linen and the printing inks. Of course, there are different denominations, but the smell of money is also affected by what it comes in contact with, such as dirt, sweat, and many other things. But remember, whatever it comes in contact with, money has a unique smell. Smelling the money enhances your visualizations, and if you want to manifest it money, you need to smell its odor. It would help if you touched it with your feelings. You should see the money frequently in your mind's eye with complete concentration so that the image of money is clear. It is also known that our sense of smell is very strongly associated with memories and emotions. So when we associate the smell of money with positive emotions and feelings such as joy and prosperity, it can help our subconscious reinforce those feelings and lead us to manifest financial abundance. According to a study published in Discover magazine, scientists agree that even emotions have distinctive smells, meaning emotions can associate with smells. When we smell something, the smell travels to parts of the brain in the form of emotions, also known as signals, and is stored there. Feelings or emotions are one of the most important parts of manifestation, but have you ever thought about what causes feelings? On a spiritual level, one theory is that emotions result from our thoughts and interpretations. When we experience a situation, we automatically evaluate it based on our past experiences, beliefs, and values. Our interpretations and evaluations can then lead to an emotional response. Your senses help create feelings and emotions, and your awareness and perception completely depend on them. You cannot become aware of something if you cannot see, touch, smell, or hear it. If a person does not have everything available, this can only lead to one conclusion: the person is dead. So when more senses are involved in visualizations, your mind accepts the visualizations as real. Your images seem more realistic when more senses are involved, such as smell, touch, and hearing. Neville Goddard suggests that you imagine vividly using all of your senses. Before we talk about the great imagination technique, go shopping and connect with money, first, a little exercise. Fantasize about your desire. We now understand why it is important to smell the smell of money to manifest it. But what is the best way to smell it? What I recommend is that you engage as many senses as possible. Don't just smell the smell of money, but touch it with feelings. Now for the imaging method I mentioned, take a bill in the currency of your country in your hand and examine it. What does it look like? And how big is the amount of money? How does it feel when you touch it? Please take a few bills in your hand and hold them up to your nose. Take a deep breath in and out. Please do this for as long as you want to do it every day. Sit alone for a while in an open area, like on the lawn of your house. Calm down and relax your body. Now, hold some bills up to your nose. Smell and feel them. Move your hands over the bills and feel your touch. Take a deep breath and inhale the smell as you smell the money. You should imagine what you want to manifest, to associate the smell with a particular desire. Expect to receive money in unusual ways. Imagine going to the market and buying all the items you want. Try to imagine it as vividly as possible. Combining the visualization of money with the smell of money can work wonders, and you will quickly get the amount of money you want. That is one of the most effective ways to manifest money and earn fast, but you can make it even more effective. A recommendation for you on how to make this technique even more effective. In addition to holding money in your hand and smelling it, I recommend you use affirmations. Now we come to the most powerful imagination strategy. imagining what you want. The combined effect of these three strategies has the potential to work wonders when you may have tried hundreds of techniques and all failed with a strategy. Close your eyes and hold a bill close to your nose, take a deep breath, and begin to imagine a scene in which you imagine having a lot of wealth and being able to buy anything you want. Also, breathe in and out slowly. While doing this, speak positive affirmations out loud. I would suggest an effective affirmation. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. Believe strongly in what you are saying at this moment. When you speak affirmations to yourself, remember to go through all the processes associated with feelings and emotions. You use your sense of hearing when you hear the affirmations you speak to yourself. You use your sense of touch when you hold money in your hand. You use your sense of smell when you smell your money. So almost all of your senses are involved here to enhance the effectiveness of this technique. Small side notes. Of course, we don't want to include the sense of taste. That is, what a bill might taste like for understandable reasons. Now the question is how many days you should practice this technique well. It depends on many factors such as who you are in your current situation. How much money you want to manifest also depends on your mindset and beliefs. If you don't have any limiting thoughts in your mind, you will be able to manifest money in just a few days. If you practice this technique while believing that it works and you have no negative thoughts, it can help you manifest money on the same day. It has changed the lives of so many people. Quite a few people who studied Neville Goddard's teachings and applied them to their lives became successful, not just related to money. Try. Have faith. Use these techniques and connect with the creative, omniscient source, God, the universe, and the higher self. Then it will happen. If our podcast today inspired you, feel free to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to never miss a new episode. We would appreciate it very much. Thank you, and see you soon on our channel.